Hello and welcome to another live stream. How is everyone doing? Hopefully, you're having a fantastic week, a fantastic month. Coming up to Christmas now, so exciting times. How is everyone doing? Thanks for joining, by the way. My name's Simon. I'm a six-figure, really close now to seven-figure Amazon in the UK. And doing this a live Q&A where I answer any questions you guys have about Amazon, or we can just hang out and talk about whatever, really, But yeah, thanks guys for joining me. For those of you that are live, I appreciate it. Anyone watching afterwards, thanks again for coming on. Hey Bert, how's it going? How's it going? You all right? Let me just put a quick announcement out into the group. For those of you that are not in my Discord group, you need to get into that. Link for that is in the description. I've also got a giveaway for you guys as well, which ends at 9 p.m. So I will post a link for that in a few minutes, so you guys can get in and take advantage of a free giveaway that's happening. Sorry for those of you watching afterwards, but there's more giveaways in my group, and obviously we've got my MacBook giveaway as well. So that ends on the 18th. So you've got 6 days to enter that. I am alive. Cool, just post that out. Let everyone know that we're live. Cool, so anyone else joining us tonight? So this was a bit of sort of last minute off the cuff sort of thing. I've been a bit slacking a little bit recently on the old live streams, just because I've been focusing mainly on selling stuff. So I'm just keeping an eye on the group here on the chat. Obviously it's Q4, December. I've been focusing on selling stuff and just focusing on that, repricing nearly every day, changing prices, looking at stuff, making sure I can sell things. Profits are going nuts though, really good. It's been a really good December so far. So we're on the 12th of December right now, and I'm on, let's have a look. Let me post the results for you so you can actually see them. Take a quick screenshot here, and we are on, just throw it on here, £10,618 profit, so not too bad actually for the month so far, so pretty good. At the moment I'm pretty much just getting to £1,000 profit a month, which is really nice. So yeah, it's been pretty good overall. And by the way, I just want to mention as well, this stream is sponsored by Profit Protector Pro. It's the best repricer for Amazon FBA sellers, so if you want a repricer, check out Profit Protector Pro. It really is the best repricer. So yeah, guys, not sure how many people we've got in at the moment. I'm not sure if it's going to be very popular because it was very kind of last minute. But if you guys got any questions about Amazon, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just, hey, Itachi, how's it going? You keep changing your name, mate. It's 8K Itachi, and then, what was your name before? I forget. How's it going anyway? So let me just delete this. I've got this annoying thing on my screen here, which is that screenshot. So we've also, got a giveaway today, guys. So I'll announce that in a few minutes when a few more people join in. But yeah, if you guys got any questions about Amazon FBA, let me know. So I can't get stable on that. Oh, okay. Hey, Jack, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. How is everyone's Q4 going? For those of you that sell on Amazon, hope you're making plenty of money. But yeah, it's been pretty good for me so far. So 10,600 profit for the month. Today I am on, so look at today, I'm on £905, not too bad. So Jack, what are my 2025 plans? Good question. So I've not actually 100% solidified my plans, but pretty much my main focus is going to be more about the social media side, and I need to get my course out, which I always talk about, and basically getting more people into Amazon. That's going to be my main focus, is Amazon FBA education and getting more people into Amazon, helping those that are already doing Amazon scale their businesses. So just putting out way more content that's related to all that and getting way more people, and building my Discord community, building my YouTube channel. That's going to be my main focus for next year, really. In terms of Amazon, depending on how this U-move bullshit goes, I might be scaling it down slightly. I basically, I actually recorded the video twice, actually, but I felt like they were too negative, so I didn't actually post them. But, I put a lot of money into Amazon this Christmas, £250,000 into stock. It's pretty much everything I've got, right? My bank balance is basically zero. And I didn't, and then obviously this U-move stuff happened, and Amazon's doing video interviews, which I've done now. I've not heard the results back from it yet. But there was an element of risk I didn't quite realize with Amazon putting that much money into Amazon, I thought, realized to myself, I've made quite a big risk here, because obviously I know I've been through like 2 Christmases now, 2 Q4s. I know how big it can be, so I literally went all in on it, but I didn't quite evaluate the risk necessarily on doing Amazon FBA. No, I still promote Amazon FBA. I think it's fantastic. Just I went really deep on it, and I think next year I'm going to be maybe not scaling quite as aggressively as I am right now, and having a bit of a balance between taking profits out and keeping money into Amazon. So that's my kind of what I'll be doing on Amazon next year, is still doing Amazon. So I'm going to keep 150k in there, but I'm going to keep 100k out of it. Maybe take 50% of the profits out, keep 50% in, and just scale a little bit slower, but in maybe a safer manner, because you just don't know when Amazon could shut you down. That's the risk, I guess. So it should be fine, but it can happen. So that's one thing I came to realize, is there's a risk element here that maybe I didn't quite anticipate, having gone literally all in on Amazon. So those are kind of my Spence from Profit Sweep. By the way, we'll talk about Profit Sweep in just a second, actually. Just ask me a question. So I can't say it's Spence, sorry, it's it's confidential. Anyway, so let's talk about how many we've got. 20 concurrent streamers. That's pretty good. So we'll give it another 4 minutes, and at 10 past, I'll mention about the free giveaway, by the way. So anyone watching the stream can enter for a free giveaway. I'll mention that in just a few minutes. So those are kind of my plans for 2025. But I'm definitely doubling down on social media, getting more people into Amazon, focusing on improving people's businesses, doing that kind of thing. Basically, that's going to be my main focus. So, and I really want to get that course out, several courses out. So, so Tachi, I paid £300 for account reactivation. So Tachi, by the way, you got his account banned, but you're only 15, by the way, Tachi. So you shouldn't be doing Amazon anyway. I told you this. Just be patient. So it's 70% is Amazon. Put my account to autopilot. Let's hope it gets reactivated. Okay, good luck to you. I hope it works out. So Jack, can't be that I'm doing 500 to 700 a day in revenues here. That was around 500. Cool. Yeah. So, Christmas is crazy, really. So, the revenues and profits can be crazy. So yeah, Jack, I got done with YouMove. I only sold like 6 or 7 units, really. Not even that many, but I had a few bits in stock. I got caught up in all this YouMove thing. So I did my interview, by the way. It was pretty, I don't know, afterwards I was really nervous. I'm not going to lie. I was like, Amazon's over. It seemed to go fine. It's like one of these easy ones, 15-minute call, where they just asked me a few questions about supply chain, held my passport up to the camera, all that kind of stuff, really. It was pretty simple overall. They asked me for some invoices from my prep centers. Everything seemed okay, I guess. It wasn't as bad as some people. Some people had like 50-minute like grilling sessions. For me, it was pretty chill, but afterwards, though, I was like, oh, I don't know. I just felt, I don't know. I'm sure it's fine, but yeah, just like I say, there's an element of risk maybe I didn't quite anticipate. Putting £250,000 into Amazon, which, by the way, I started with 30k, so it just shows you. But it's not, I have Amex built that I've got to pay, so it's not like it's all cash, But yeah, so if Jack says, if they shut you down, would you get your stock back or they keep it all? Well, that's the question, isn't it? I mean, in theory, you get it back, but just to give you an example, I've got 12,500 units in Amazon, and I think it's basically the return fee. It depends on like the weight and stuff of how much they'll charge you. But it's about 60p per unit. So if you do like 12,500 times by 0.6, that's 7.5 grand in removal fees that you've got to pay just to get your stock back. And then obviously you'll lumber with a bunch of stock that might not necessarily, it's going to take me a long time to eBay that kind of stuff. So you'd be pretty fucked. Let's be honest. If that happened. So you'd have to try and sell it on to other people or things like that. So I'll tell you later, Spence, don't worry. Hey, Brad, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Hey, Empire, thanks for joining us as well. So do you know if Cogito will come up with a solution for sellers cancelling? Maybe 3 or just or cancel. That sucks, mate. So those of you that don't know, Cogito is like a wholesale platform where there's loads of wholesalers you can buy from. It's really fantastic. It's where most of my stock is from, actually, for Christmas, to be fair. Loads of perfumes, aftershaves, that kind of thing. Health and beauty. But yeah, there is a problem where you do find a killer deal, you order it, and then they cancel it. So I'm not sure. It's either happening because maybe you weren't quick enough and someone else got the stock before you. I'm not sure how true that is. Or they just keep mispricing stuff and then cancelling. It is if you just keep harping onto it to Charlie. So if in my Discord group, you've got Charlie, who's the Cogito rep. Keep mentioning it to him. I've mentioned it in the past. It sucks. But if people keep moaning about it, then maybe they'll have to do something about it. I think I mentioned to him in the past about like having seller reviews, maybe, so we can basically review sellers. Because I've had one or two issues on, issues like where most of it's fine, but I've had one order which actually worked out great actually, because I got a full refund on it. But I ordered a load of Jean Paul Gaultier perfumes. It must have been like 50 or 60 of them, and they come in these like metal tins, and they were literally just like, there was no padding, no nothing. The metal tins just got put in a package and sent from Germany with no padding. And of course, if you sent like, imagine like 50 baked bean tins or whatever, being sent, they're not going to turn up in good condition. And of course, these are all Christmas items, so people want them for gifts and stuff. They're going to look good. So it took me a little while, but I got a full refund on them because they're literally worthless to me. I mean, you can eBay them and stuff, but like they were trashed. So that's one thing. But so it'd be nice to review that and say, hey, like they didn't pack it very well. But most things fine. Like I got some stuff the other day. It was like double packed really nicely. It was like came in big boxes, and I was like, God, these are crazy. And then they'd actually put them in an inner box, loads of package around the inner box, and then an outer box as well. So like normally things come really well packed. But yeah, I'm not sure, Empire. You got to keep on to them, I guess, if it's an issue. So it does suck. I see people getting these orders, and it does suck. Not gonna lie. So Jack, could you still sell you with YouMove? Did they do anything other than just interview you? So I think the listings restricted. I'm not sure, to be honest. Like I said, I literally had barely any, like literally. So I wasn't too that familiar with it. I got refunds, but it wasn't really much for me. I just went through the same process as everyone else, basically. That versus some. Basically, if you sold 1 or 10,000 units, it's the same process. Seems to be that you have to provide your invoices and you get like a video interview and things like that. So some people have still not heard back, and they did their interview before me. So and other people have heard back. I don't think anyone has been suspended yet that I'm aware of, which is a good thing. So JS is asking what YouMove. So just quickly, briefly, YouMove is like a dog supplement thing. There was a listing which a lot of people were selling on. It was an Amazon to Amazon deal, and we'll talk about this in just a second actually. From many different places actually, but it was an Amazon to Amazon deal, and so people were selling on that listing. It was all legit. It was all fine. But there was also some fake Chinese sellers on there who sold ones that were poisonous essentially, and a few dogs died or got sick, had to be put down. And then obviously it got so bad that YouMove forced Amazon to do a recall. They refunded everyone all third-party sellers got all their orders refunded. So essentially, legitimate sellers like me and everyone else got bundled in with the Chinese sellers, and now they're doing this verification on your accounts, things like that, checking your supply chain on YouMove. We order all it from Amazon, so it's all good really. So yeah. Anyway, guys, Spence, the owner of Profit Sweep, which is a fantastic Amazon sort of lead server. It does Amazon to Amazon, it does price drops, does all sorts of crazy things where you can find leads. Great community as well. He is giving away 1 month free membership. Of course, bloody Amazon's here now as well. God, I have to ignore that. He's giving away 1 month free to anyone who's in the stream. So that ends at 9 o'clock tonight. So let me just get the link for that quickly for you guys. It's in the description, by the way. The link is in the description. The code to enter, by the way, is that Profit Sweep stream. Let me just get you the link to enter it. And there you go, guys. So if you want a free month, whether you're an existing member or a new member, you can get a free month. Well, it's a competition. So enter that competition. At 9 o'clock, the winner will be drawn. And then I'll put you in contact with Spence, and you'll get your free month, basically. So there you go. If you're already a member, if you're, of course, can you leave it outside, please? Thank you. Amazon delivery this time. I ordered some books. I decided I'm going to get back into reading more. So yeah, I ordered some books, and yeah, of course they're turning up now. Cool. So yeah, guys, get entering that. And by the way, I just want to show you, there were some crazy price drops the other day on Argos and Overclockers, I think it was. Let me just get them quickly. So this is one of them here. So this is a price drop that Profit Sweep got. I'm pretty sure it's exclusive to Profit Sweep. So it sells for £330 on Amazon, and they paid £183. So £97 profit on that, which is pretty sick. So that was a deal they got. So that's one of them. And the other one is, so by the way, if you don't get to win this free month, you can still join this, by the way. There's a link for it in description. And there's a code 50 off, I think it is, to get 50% off. So, and there's another one as well, which is a massive misprice where £67.60 for a Ninja thingy bob, £47 profit. And obviously these things sell like insane amounts, especially at Christmas. Like, I don't know what the SPM on this is, but if it's less than 1,000, I'd be surprised, to be honest. So, or 500 or something. It'll be something ridiculous. So anyway, there you go, guys. There's a free giveaway. Thanks to Spence from Profit Suite for that. So, yeah, we arranged this thing very last minute for this stream, so a bit disorganized with it all. But yeah, get entering into that, guys. Let's see who enters up. And but yeah, so Amazon miserable. Guy must come to the door. I know, right? So I can't get to the door because I had a load of boxes back then. I just put them in my hallway. So if there's a fire, I'm basically stuffed. I can't actually get to my door. So yeah, that ends in less than an hour. So we've got 7 entries so far, which is awesome. So yeah, there's pretty good odds that you're going to win a free month. So even if you're an existing member, you're going to get a free month by Spence there. So pretty awesome stuff. Thank you for Spence for giving that to us. And we're going to do another one in the group, by the way, but I'll deal with that after the stream. But yeah, cool. So let's catch up with some of the stuff then quickly. So what have we got here? So update on the YouMove stuff. I mean, most people kind of know about that, but yeah, good to catch you up on that one, Jess. And thanks for joining the stream, by the way. Hilarious. Yeah, Amazon. Yeah, exactly. Claudia, how's it going? Thanks. Been a while since I've talked to you. So if I kept 1 or 2 units of a computer order for a personal use, is that acceptable for accounting as long as I deduct it from the invoice total? Yeah, essentially what you're doing is just selling it to yourself, in theory. So you probably, in theory, if you're being 100% above board, is you essentially invoice yourself and then sell it to yourself. And obviously you need to make sure you pay sales tax on that because it'll be for personal use. I don't know if anyone actually does that, but just if you're going to be 100% above board, then yeah. You could just say, well, it was a damaged unit, so, you know, and you disposed of it. But, yeah, so, yeah, but if you're being above board and everything, yeah, you should definitely just invoice yourself and sell it to yourself. That's fine. Absolutely no problem. Brad saying, and thanks for joining us again, by the way, Claudia. So, of course, I don't know if I can pronounce your name properly. Terrible. So Brad saying, out of interest, when Amazon refund all those YouMove orders, they show it as a normal refund or your Seller Central? Yes, it does. Yeah, it shows as a refund, I think. Yeah. So some people did do over 100 grand in sales, by the way, Brad. There was one guy, I won't mention who it is. I think it's 150 grand's worth of refunds on YouMove. So yeah. Essentially just counts as a normal refund. I can't remember what reason they gave. I don't think they actually gave a reason in the actual like refund section. But yeah, they refund everyone basically. But essentially it was every single YouMove order that happened in the past 3 months from a third-party seller. Essentially, that's what they did. So, and then also as well, which is really bad, they emailed out all the customers saying these items might be fake as well. So one guy had Trading Standards turn up to his home. This is a guy in Profit Sweep, I think. He was saying he had Trading Standards turn up because one of the customers complained to Trading Standards that they were selling fake goods. Even though I'm pretty sure that Amazon didn't actually say that. I think they said they may be fake, not that they are fake. So Amazon didn't necessarily handle this that well, I suppose. So people might get refunds. I think the main thing we want to get through right now is getting through this like Section 3 bullshit. Once we're all through that, then we can start worrying about refunds and stuff. I'd say I was really not that affected. I think I lost maybe £100 or something. But yeah, some people lost a lot of money. So you broke it right off. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Brad. You know the way to do it. I was speaking to my mate actually the other day. He has his own business, not to relate to Amazon, but the amount of stuff he puts through as an expense, like it's crazy. Like 20% of everything, because he runs his business from home. Well, some of his business, he's got an office. He's like 20% of everything: the mortgage, the electricity bill, the gas bill, insurance. Is all like expense. I don't know if that's legal or not, but that's what he does. I was like, I'm missing a trick because I'm not doing that. So, but yeah. So yeah, Jack. Yeah, probably need to invoice yourself as long as you VAT reg, don't lose money. Yeah, it's fine. Exactly. Yeah. So, you can't sell it if you are VAT registered. You obviously have to. You know, if you're selling it to yourself, there will be VAT to pay. You can't because you're the end user, so that you will have to pay VAT on that. It's fine. So, yeah, that's exactly, Brad. Yeah. Well, you know, it depends on how much Amazon you got stock you got on Amazon, things like that. You'd be tempted to go bankrupt, wouldn't you? So, yeah. So that's the general proportion of your home. Yeah. So I really should be doing that then, to be honest. I need to speak to my accountant about that kind of thing. So yeah. Because I think he's basically saying he's got 5 rooms in his home, and 1 room is his like home office. So that's why he does like 1/5 or 20%. So of things I don't do that kind of stuff. I'm probably missing out. But yeah, so yeah, kind of crazy stuff really. Let's have a look at the odd sales then. So how many entries we got into this free month at Profit Sweep then? So we've got 10 entries. We've got 20 viewers, only 10 entries. Guys, get entering. There's a free month going there, so which is worth £80 a month, I think it is, unless you've got your grandfather in the old plan. But yes, $79.99 a month, I think it is. So Jack is saying, do I have employees? Yes, I've got 2 full-time VAs in Amazon. I've also got a full-time editor who works for me, so as well, who does my video editing, things like that. And I've also got I share another VA with someone. So yeah, a few VAs, admin VAs, really fantastic. My other VA does Cogita for me now, sourcing, and the other one does kind of OA sourcing. So yeah, I actually just get paid them out for the whole Christmas actually. So with people VAs in the Philippines, they have this Christmas bonus thing. It's called 13th month pay, where basically you give them an extra month for Christmas. So I just paid them out. I was like, and normally you pay them twice a month as well, like once on the 15th, once on the 30th. I just said I'm just going to give you all your Christmas money now, pay, because I don't want to have to worry about it later on. So they got 2 months pay basically in one go, which is quite nice for them. So yeah, they were pretty happy about that. But yeah, it's a lot of money that I had to pay out. Yeah, it was quite a lot. So yeah, do recommend VAs, by the way. They can be, as long as you understand that they're not like magical beings that are going to find you millions of pounds of stuff or whatever. You need to obviously manage them, know how to source and things like yourself. But if you want to check out admin VAs or sourcing VAs, by the way, there's Outsource Central. You can find a link for them in my Discord server, or I'm pretty sure you can probably Google them, say that I sent you. But Outsource Central, that's where I get both of my VAs from. Admin VA is essential. Honestly, it's so good knowing that someone there is collecting all my invoices for me and doing all that kind of stuff, or anything I ask them to do, basically, which is fantastic. She definitely doesn't work full time, but because I'm not that like big, I suppose, an Amazon seller, but it's I'm fine with it basically. So she has a pretty easy gig, to be fair. But I think what I pay her £330 a month, something like that, is it's fine. It's all good. It saves me doing it. And yeah, I've also got sourcing VA from them as well, so he does a great job as well. VA, hey Sparky, thanks for joining us, by the way. VA is a virtual assistant. So what is quite common is when you get maybe bigger in Amazon, or even when you're starting out, if you want, you can get a sourcing VA or an admin VA. And essentially these are people in the Philippines or whatever country, generally Philippines, and you can pay them. It's generally the going rate's about 25,000, between 22,500 to 27,500 Filipino pesos, which is somewhere between sort of £330-360 per month, and they work full time for that salary in the Philippines. It's a good salary in the Philippines. They get to work from home, stuff like that, and they do sourcing for you, or admin, or whatever you want them to do, really. So that's what a lot of Amazon sellers do, and a lot of businesses do actually. You can have VAs, virtual assistants that help you out, and you don't have to pay them. Well, for us, it's not very much money. For them, it is a lot of money. So yeah, it's a good arrangement. So Jack, are you mostly OA and Cogita? So I was pretty much 100% OA and like Amazon to Amazon, all that kind of stuff, up to about September time of this year, and then I pretty much moved 100% onto Cogita, to be fair. So Cogita has just been fantastic for me. Good timing as well, because obviously Q4 was coming up, so it was able to buy lots of health and beauty, things like that. I don't know what's going to happen next year. I'm definitely probably going to move more towards wholesale. At the same time, I'm looking to maybe like scale back Amazon just a little bit, just having that little more balance and a bit more. There's a risk tolerance that I need to have with Amazon. So, and my risk tolerance is not 250 grand. It's more around the 150k. That's what I'll be prepared to have in Amazon, and I'll have to accept that I'll grow slower, but it's just part of the having that balance of risk essentially. But yeah, next year I'm going to do a mix of it's going to be a little bit of OA. Probably more wholesale though, Cogita wholesale type thing. That's probably what I end up doing. But yeah, so Will, hey, thanks for joining us, by the way, Will. Do you get mostly VAT refunds because of the rapid growth? I've been on constant spend last week. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, even last month, it was like, not much, like £1,000 refund. But I'm going to have, to be fair, I spent a lot of money in, so my VAT returns, by the way, they're quite nice. I don't know if it's the same for everyone, but mine's January, February, March is the first one. It's every 3 months, basically. So I'm going to have October, November, December is going to be my next one. I'll pay that on February 7th is when I'll be due that. So I've bought a lot as well, but I've also sold a lot. So I'm going to be interested to see what I'll end up paying or being owed. But yeah, I imagine the next one after that, the January, February, March one, I'm going to have to pay quite a lot of money, to be fair. Because I obviously sold so much in December. But I'm interested to see. But yeah, you pretty much get a lot of refunds, especially if you keep growing like I've done, where you keep reinvesting your money. Keep growing, keep buying more stock, put everything into stock. Generally, it's just refunds. But you're kicking that can down the road, by the way. So you get £1,000 refund. You know that's going to be £1,000 you're going to owe later on, plus extra. So yeah, it's that's the way that works. So there's someone in the group actually asking about how VAT works. It's pretty simple. I've done the whole video on VAT. But essentially, yeah, you get the VAT back on what you buy, and then you pay the VAT on what you sell, and it's just the difference between that, essentially. So it's very simple to figure out, not too complicated at all. And yeah, people are worried as well that it's going to be more difficult to buy, find the source stuff. I mean, maybe slightly, but there's still plenty of stuff out there. So I ran out of money, with £250,000, I ran out of money buying stock this Q4. So, there's deals out there. There's a lot of deals out there. So, hey, Golden Boys are going. Am I being stupid, or what's the code to valid? Okay, I'll go for you now. This is the code, sorry. It is... Let me edit this quickly so I can get the code. Where's to enter? Secret code. So this is the code, by the way. Profit Sweep Stream. That is the code to enter. The giveaway above. There you go. So that's the code for you. Don't worry. No problem. So Jackson, I think admin VA will be next for me. I hate admin. Yeah, exactly. It's the worst. It's one of the worst parts. There's 2 terrible things, possibly 3 bad things about Amazon FBA. First one is refunds. They suck, and dealing with refunds. The second one is all the admin attached to it, and the third one is Amazon themselves. They can be a pain at times. So, but you play in their sandpit. You got to play by their rules. Essentially, it's their sandbox. They set the rules. So that's the downside. Those are kind of 3 downsides to Amazon, I think. Yeah, there probably are some other ones as well. So it's not a perfect business. I don't ever portray it as that, by the way. So I literally cannot think, though, of a better business to make money quickly and scale a business than Amazon. Like, unless you get lucky with crypto or something, I cannot think of a better business than Amazon. The fact that you've got all those customers available to you, you can scale so quickly. Look at me, guys. I've started with 30 grand in, and my first sale, was 6th of July 2022. We're now 12th of December 2024, and I've got £250,000 worth of stock at Amazon. So, and I put no extra money in, by the way, just using Amex, and obviously my stock money that I've made. So, and obviously, I've taken a little bit out as well to pay myself. So yeah, just there's nothing that I know that you can kind of scale to these kind of levels really and get to that kind of, which is why it's a shame that next year my plan was to double down again. I was like, well, maybe for next year, Christmas 2025, I'll have £500,000 worth of stock, but that risk tolerant, it's getting really risky at that point. I think there's going to be a balance of risk essentially. So, but saying that, I'm just doing crazy numbers right now. Like I'm nearly on £1,000 profit for the day, £960 profit for the day. The month I'm on 10,673 now. So, kind of crazy numbers when you see that. I think, well, and obviously you look at someone like Flipping at 30, who's a great, really great guy, by the way. He had like 38 grand profit last month, and this month he's probably going to be on like 40. Who knows what he's going to be on, 40k or more. So it's going to it's crazy when people post those numbers. So on the one hand, you want to scale, and I feel that pull. It's a pull that I've had for the past 2.5 years in Amazon. Is always trying to scale. My original plan was just to try and make a couple of grand in Amazon and focus on other things, but Amazon just sucked me in and just wanted to keep growing and growing. But there's a limit. So it's just trying to find that balance, isn't it? So. Empire saying, when you find these on computer, do you normally clear the stock? Yes, I try and clear all the stock, although there's been a few times where I thought I cleared them and they just restocked, and I've now got you know, some stock that basically I'm breaking even on, or even maybe taking a slight loss right now. So, well, I'm not selling them for a loss, but if I sold them now, I'd take a loss. So there's definitely a few mess ups where I've made, where I thought I bought all the stock and turns out I didn't, even though I bought like, you know, thousands of units. So there's definitely going to be some pain going on. Well, I say I've made those kind of profits. I do have some stock that right now is a loss. You know, not a huge loss, but it will be a loss, especially when you factor in like prep fees and stuff. So that's something to factor in, I guess. Not too bad though, to be fair. But yeah, there's a few there. And one thing I've noticed as well is there's been a few listings where I've got perfumes, a few perfume or aftershave listings where some big sellers have come on and they've obviously got it way cheaper than I have, and they're literally selling it for where I've been taking an L right now. So fortunately, they are really fast selling items. So I'm hoping they're going to run out of stock and then my stock will come in. So I'm just being patient on those, but I'd end up taking like there's one, for example, which I've got, I think 300 stock. I think it's like what's it fair? It's like 47p profit, but then when I factor in, you know, 60p prep, maybe another 30p per unit for dangerous goods, you know, I'm losing like 50p a unit. Now it's not end of the world, but kind of sucks still though. A few ones like that really. So yeah, so refunds can sneak up and wipe out a month. Yeah, so refunds suck. They do absolutely suck. It's you do need to factor them in. But yeah, it's just part of the game. Nothing you can do about it. So Jack's asking, can you talk a bit about your admin VA, how you found them, how you train them, how you manage them? So I got them from Outsource Central. Have they got a website? If you're watching, Spence or Sam, let me just DM me the website link. But yeah, I got them from there. They pre-train them for you, so that's the benefit of that. And then obviously you're going to need to do additional training on top to get them to your sort of preferences, things like that. But yeah, you know, they kind of know what they're doing, or they've got a general good idea what they're doing. So yeah, sorry Jess, I just missed your question as well. So do you give VAs access to your Amazon seller account password if they're administering it? So right now I actually haven't given my admin VA access to my Amazon account just yet. I'll do it after Christmas. But you don't give them your password, you invite them as a user, you know, and then you can give them permissions. If you look at the user, so if you go to Amazon Seller Central, top right hand side, it's like the cog and then user permissions or something. You can invite a user. You can basically give them loads of different permissions on there, from like read access, write access, all sorts of different things. So you just give them specific access to certain things. So yeah. Oops, what am I doing here? So I found a new feature of the chat thing. But that's how I manage them basically. And then pretty much I just say so what I've done with my business is I've created a separate Discord server just to run the business, and that's where I've got there you go, Sam is watching. So here's the link for you. Guys, if you want to get a admin VA or a sourcing VA, there's the link for you. So but yeah, so what was I talking about? I can't remember. But yeah, so yeah, I have my own Discord server where, you know, just all the tasks that I've got for my admin VA or sourcing VA, they post leads in there. I you know, dump invoices on my admin VA. They ask me questions, you know, all that kind of stuff basically is all kind of managed from there. But yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily utilize mine to the fullest right now. I do need to get them into mainly what I had my admin VA do was basically just make sure I'm on top of my invoices and go back all my previous sort of transactions and make sure everything was up to date. We're pretty much at that point now, so now it's going to be the fact, you know, I'm going to get them into Amazon. I basically didn't want to do it at Q4. I just didn't want to, you know, risk my Amazon account with that YouMove stuff as well. I know they were asking about who has access to your Amazon account, so I just kind of I'm going to wait till after and then give them access. They'll be doing things like answering questions, chasing refunds. They can do all sorts of stuff, really, anything you want, really. So yeah. Anyway, that's the link for you for that. So cool. Right, next questions then. So, what's my lifetime profit? Not as much as you might think, Will, actually. So, according to let's have a look. According to Seller Toolkit, anyway, it's about 175,000. It's £175,111 and 72p. So, and actually, yes, I have. Oh, that's actually kind of cool, actually. I'm just going to post something here. I didn't realise, actually. Just screenshot this. It's that one, yeah. I thought I posted the wrong one. There we I've just hit £1 million in sales. There we go, lifetime. So that's pretty cool. There we go. So yeah, I didn't realise I'd hit £1 million. So yeah, I'm a 7-figure seller now. But those are the figures, guys. Anyway, so maybe not as much as you might think, or I don't know. I look at that and think it's not quite as good as I thought, really. But and that, by the way, just to point out, is gross profit. By the way, it's gross because it's grossly overinflated. I say so. It's a good way to remember that gross and net. By the way, gross profit is like before your expenses. And that's why it's like grossly high. Your net profit, you factor in all your expenses. So I don't know, maybe call it, 125k maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say really. After expenses, I don't know. So, but yeah, that's that. So, but yeah, I didn't realize I actually hit £1 million in sales. That's pretty awesome. So, yeah, I thought it was a little bit off, but yeah, cool, nice. Just sold an item here, £20 profit. Pretty awesome, nice Christmas item there. So, but yeah, this month's gone crazy. This month in terms of sales, I'm on like 79,000 just on sales, which is pretty crazy. So, yeah. And by the way, you've got to remember, Amazon is it's an exponential thing. But depending on how much effort and money you keep putting into it, if you keep reinvesting, but it's kind of like starts off slow and just grows and grows and grows and grows. And I've got off the camera now, but yeah, you get the idea. It's like an exponential curve, as long as you keep reinvesting your money. So, hey Tosef, how's it going? Prep Center access, any issue, linked accounts? No, it's all good. Yeah, you're fine. Amazon expect people to have access. It's fine. It's not an issue. So, I've had 3 prep centers have access. So, it's no problem since I started. You're all good there. So, Jack's saying, when did you start and how much did you invest of your own money? So, yeah, my very first sale was the 6th of July, 2022. So, I guess I started a few weeks before that. I need to shout out to Spence and Jacob. They both helped me get into Amazon. And I put, I can't remember the exact amount, but I'm pretty sure it's like 30k. I think is what I put into Amazon FBA. So I think it was 30k. That's what I started. I used Amex as well, pretty much from day one as well. So that gives you a little bit more to play with, but never went too crazy until this month where I got my Amex bill up to £102,000 and then they suspended my account. But yeah, other than that, I've never been on. So I utilize the Amex to the points generally, and maybe it helps me stretch 30k into maybe 35, 40k. A little bit. It gives you a little bit extra just to kind of play with. While you're waiting for that Amazon payout, you can maybe spend it on the Amex. So without just being sensible, pretty much. So just another sale there for £6.71 profit. Yeah, so that's what I started basically. So yeah, it's been pretty good so far. Well, you noticed Amazon holding buy box and listing they're out of stock on? Yes, it's pissing me off, that is. There's a few listings where they literally cannot deliver it until... There's one where it's definitely after Christmas. It's like January or whenever. And there's another one where it's 3 to 6 months and they're still hogging the buy box. So they can't deliver it for 3 to 6 months and they are hogging the buy box. And that is pissing me off. I've got at least 2 listings that I know of where I've seen that. And I've actually had to try and lower the price to capture the buy box. And they just keep lowering their price down and keeping the buy box. Bloody annoying that is. I thought Amazon were meant to be customer centric and what's best for the customer, but apparently not on these listings. Yeah, I've got a few like that. Nothing too where I've got too deep on stock, but yeah, I've noticed that it's bloody annoying. So you went heavy on a few high ticket listings. They're doing it, and it's shafting me. Yeah, one case. Yeah, it's really annoying, by the way. I do not like that at all. I don't know why they're doing that. So I've definitely noticed the buy box. Who's getting the buy box? It seemed to have changed in December, maybe it's Q4. I'm noticing basically the person who was on the listing first pretty much gets priority at this point, is what I seem to have noticed. So it's basically who got their stock in first. So it's first in, first out, essentially. So FIFO, for any kind of people that know that kind of logic thing, yeah, from programming or whatever it is, first in, first out, first in, last out, that kind of stuff. Yeah, so that's really, kind of annoying at times when you've got stock in there, you've got more stock than someone else and they've got a lower rating and all that kind of stuff, but they're getting more sales than you. But, eventually it comes around. But I've noticed that's kind of interesting. But yeah, Amazon being really annoying at times. Yeah, I've definitely got another one as well where I'm essentially having to break even on it. I actually lowered the price down because Amazon just not showing the buy box. And I basically lowered it down to break even just so I can clear my minimal amount of stock, and they've just lowered their price down and kept the buy box. So it's what can you do at that point? It's Amazon being very selfish there. So Golden Boy saying, going into Q1 after sourcing a lot of gifts and perfumes, what's your advice? Yeah, so I mean that kind of stuff is still going to sell well in January. To be fair, I mean January's still a pretty good month, by the way, for sales. February, March is pretty shit in general. Obviously, it depends what you're selling. But then you've got to move on to the normal stuff and thinking about what's going to sell, in those kind of months. You guess you maybe in March, April time, you start maybe prepping for summer. Getting more summery items. Whatever sells in summer. But yeah, it's kind of back to normal, really. Now, perfumes, aftershaves, they're still going to sell, but they just won't sell in the same volume. So something that sells 1,000 a month now in December, maybe it's 100 a month in normal, or 50 a month. So it still sells, but you're not going to get like crazy sales volume. So it's just back to normal, really. So in terms of what I'll be looking for is just generic items that sell. I mean, nothing in particular, really. But I'll be looking at seasonal items, of course, but otherwise it'll be just back to normality, essentially. Yeah, so I've not honestly thought about it too much, to be fair. So, how much is Profit Pro? Good question. They've got different plans. I don't know. Go to the website and have a look. I've got the link for you, though. Give me a second. I'll get the link for you. And you can go and check it out. So, there's the link for Profit Pro. You can go and check that out. It's an affiliate link, by the way. I do appreciate if you use it. It does help out the channel. By the way, guys, because you guys have been so generous to me with affiliate links and stuff like that, I'm generous to you. So, we've got that MacBook giveaway. Link for that is in the description of this channel. I'm doing the MacBook giveaway on the 18th of December. So one lucky person is going to win a MacBook Air M3. I think 256 GB, something like that. About £1,000 basically. So yeah. So Will's saying, Kia's good, London Luxury, HSBT. Yeah, no, I recognise a lot of those ones. I especially recognise London Luxury because they are a notorious undercutter. I don't know about the other ones, but I know London Luxury, they always undercut. They're always penny undercutting. So they've got a very aggressive repricer, which is penny cutting, which is just stupid. It's just stupid. So, yeah, I've noticed that. Hey, Sam. So Sam's joined us. Sam is the owner or co-owner of Outsource Central. So, yeah, if you've got any VA questions, you can kind of ask and he'll maybe reach out to you or something. Or I can, But, yeah, you got the link as well for Outsource Central. Thanks, Jack. Appreciate it. Thank you. So, wasn't a million sales? Yeah, a million sales was a goal. I wanted to get to a million sales. I mean, in the end of the day, sales don't mean too much, but it's all about profit. But yeah, it's nice to hit a million. That's pretty awesome, to be fair. And you can see it's an exponential thing. It's taken me 2.5 years to get to £1 million. But at the same time, I've nearly done 10% of that in just this month, and we're only on the 12th. So this is where it shows you this curve is exponential. It just goes up and up and up. So if you keep reinvesting and getting better at it, and just practice makes perfect. 18 minutes, by the way, guys, until we do the giveaway for the 1 free month at Profit Sweep. So don't forget to enter that. The link for that is in the description, and if you scroll up on the chat, you'll find the code, which is Profit Sweep Stream. I'll just post it for you again. Cool. There you go. Tosif, if a VA worked and had access to previous seller central accounts, can cause issues, section 3. Yeah, potentially. I guess so in theory, but a VA technically could work for 2 people. They shouldn't do, but I think it should be okay. Depends what permissions you get them, but it's an interesting one, to be fair. As long as they've lost access and now they've gained access, I guess the main thing maybe is help them clear their cookies, refresh their IP address, that kind of thing. Might be a good practice potentially. So, yeah, I was giving my VA access to Amazon, but she then tried to log in with one of my Amazon accounts. I was like, whoa. And I was like, let's just not do this for Q4. Let's not do this for December. So, yeah. So Jack says, do you use Amex charge card and where you pay it off each month? Yeah, so I'm pretty sure when you're a business, you can only get a charge card. I'm not sure if they do any other ones, but I use the gold for the longest time. I just recently upgraded to the platinum. Same thing, basically. You just get a few more points, I think. It's just charge card, yeah. So they don't have a limit technically, but there is a limit because when you hit it, they suspend your account, which is what happened to me. So they won't tell you what the limit is until you hit it, and then they panic, like proper panic. They still fucked me on my personal card, by the way. Don't know why they're linking them up, but yeah, they screwed my limit on my personal card, which does have a limit, by the way. It was around 20k, now it's £800. So rubbish. But yeah, so that's the one I do. Yeah, pay it off every month. I've never not paid it off. I don't know what happens if you don't pay off your Amex. You probably get in a lot of trouble, and I don't know, interest rates are probably crazy. So yeah. Joseph is saying, "Oh, if account was deactivated, they come off work for you." Yeah, in theory, I suppose that could happen. You could. Well, this is the thing. You can explain anything to Amazon, and it can be perfectly logical and reasonable. But then trying to get them to understand it and accept that is another matter, essentially. So that's the tricky thing with Amazon at times. Is like you may have a very reasonable explanation for why something maybe look bad or whatever, but getting them to accept it. It's just like with the ungating thing right now. Like Like I tried today to ungate Marc Jacobs, and they're saying, we want the supplier. I'm like, you're not going to get that. Don't be stupid. No one's going to give me their supplier. Like, it's commercially sensitive information. Like, why are we going through this song and dance again? I'm going to keep applying. It's going to take me 10, 15 goes, and you're going to accept it. So, not that I didn't say that to them, obviously, but it's just ridiculous. It's just Amazon at the moment, anyway. They're being quite strict in Q4 for a lot of stuff. So, Jack, how do you deal with tanking? You either are patient or you cut your losses. But generally, the best thing is you avoid the tanking listings in the first place. So, if it comes into like where you're buying the stock from, is it from Starvana or some random HMB or whatever, Holland & Barrett? Or, certain sites, a lot of people source. So, if there's a deal on there, it's going to tank and it's going to take a while before that price comes back. So, you look at the history of the product as well. So a lot of these things come in, like where you're buying from, the history of the product, all this kind of stuff factors into like, is this going to be a tanky product? Is it like a well-sourced brand? Was it posted in like a big group somewhere? All this kind of thing. So, the promo code, was it a good deal that came on for like one time, or is it like a regular sale? All these kind of things factor in. So, it's tricky really. And then even then you can still make mistakes. And then you essentially have two options. You either just cut your losses and sell for a loss or break even or whatever, sell into the down, the down swing of the price, or you just wait it out, which is what I tend to do in the past. Just wait and just say, well, I'll let these people sell out and then eventually the price will come back. Those are kind of the best ways to, I guess, deal with it. Jack, do you have any stock in that has been Amazon like 6 months? Yeah, I've got stock that's been here for a year. Like, not too much now, but yeah, I've got. If I look here at inventory, so if you use Seller Toolkit, by the way, I don't know what you use. If you want to sign up to Seller Toolkit, by the way, I'll give you the link for that. It's the one that I use. So all those nice circles that you saw earlier of my profits, that's from Seller Toolkit. There's a link there. You get 14-day free trial and 30% off your first month. In there, you can see your aging inventory. So for me, inventory, aging, I've actually got 11 items in stock that are over 365 days old. So a good time to clear stuff is now, by the way, when the sales are crazy thing, December. That's what I'm trying to do. And to be honest, some of these stuff I'm taking an L on. I've got 15 items here. I can't even sell at a £3.32 loss. I've got some other ones here where I'm taking a big L on them. So yeah, a few of these ones are pretty much all priced now to be losses, but it is what it is. Sometimes you got to take those L's. No, and also, I find a lot of stuff that, a lot of stuff I've bought in the past, I've known they're gonna tank a little bit, and then I just need to wait 3 months for them to come back. So 3 months is kind of be my sort of average hold, I guess, in terms of like, my average. So yeah, I know some people like to churn stuff really quickly. I think it's not a bad strategy, to be fair, but for me, I've always been like a bit of a holder. Maybe I'll change that strategy next year with wholesale, but probably will do, to be fair. But yeah, I've always tend to be kind of a holder. So I use SDK reprice. Why is PP better? So I think PPP is better because it gets you more money for your listings. SDK I found is a bit basic. It just prices to match the bottom, and that's pretty much it. But you can definitely get the buy box at way higher prices. So that's what PPP does. It uses like AI, depending on what strategy you use. It like basically once you capture the buy box, let's say the buy box is that you get it at £10. It'll put it to £11 and see if you still want the buy box. Sometimes you keep the buy box at £11, and then it go, well, £11.50, then 12, whatever, until it loses the buy box. So then it knows where the buy box can be set. So that's why it's good, basically. So yeah, it's pretty cool software, to be fair. So give it a go. I mean, pretty sure it's got like a 7-day or 14-day free trial. Link for that's in the description, by the way. Hey, Nee, how's it going? Thanks for joining us, by the way. Is a good strategy use FBM or seller fulfilled prime in Q4? Yeah, absolutely can be. I've noticed quite a few listings where a lot of people have come on FBM and they're actually undercutting me and they're offering a price that I can't offer. Obviously, there's a downside to that. You need to have the boxes, you need to have the packing material, you need to have the time and things to pack hundreds and hundreds of items and the storage to store it. But if you want to do FBM, sure. I mean, I've done a few little FBM orders here, selling a few bits and bobs, but yeah, it can be a very good strategy. Something I actually might consider doing next year, but same time, don't want to have like pallets of items sat around the way I FBM them. So I don't know. It can be good though, absolutely, if you're willing to put the effort in. So would you, Jack saying, what do you look for on Amazon to Amazon? Never done it before, but wouldn't know what's a good deal or bad. So check out Profit Suite, by the way. They're the best group for finding Amazon to Amazon deals. What do I look for? I'm looking at the price history. Like any product, I'm looking at the price history. How stable is it? Is this an inflated price or not? I'm looking at how does the listing react to lots of sellers jumping on. Another thing with Amazon to Amazon as well is like how long was it in stock for? How long was this Amazon deal on there? Sometimes you get deals on Amazon, they sell out within like a minute. Other ones are sat there for like 2 days. For a 2-day one, I'm probably not going to bother. I'm going to cancel because it means everyone's got on it. Ones that sell out in a minute, pretty much licking my chops because I know I'm going to make good money on it. So a lot of those kind of things. I'm looking at SPM as well, like how fast it sells, what's the profit, all this kind of stuff. So just normal sourcing, really. It's just I get a little bit worried if it's in stock for more than like an hour, I guess. At that point, I'm like, this better be a really fast seller. Otherwise, I'm not going to be like 1,000 SPM or whatever, or 500 SPM. Otherwise, I'm not going to be really interested in that one. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking at when it comes to that kind of thing. It's just judgment calls on everything. There's no real like, I don't know, like formula, I guess, really. But the big thing really is SPM. Like, how much does it sell? That can pretty much save a listing or kill a listing. But yeah, so how do you source for wholesale? So I personally use Quigita. Link for that in description, by the way. You can get £120 off your first order. So I use a combination of Quigita, which is the marketplace for wholesalers. I use Quigita Price Drops as well, which looks for price drops for Quigita. Or you can just run the catalog, and then you then use Arbisource as well. So those kind of 3 things. You can literally just use Quigita with Arbisource as well. So you can download the catalog from Quigita, stick it into Arbisource, which is like it does multiple things basically, Arbisource, but it will scan a wholesale sheet and it will find you deals. But yeah, so it's pretty powerful method that I found. So that's how you do that basically. So links for all these in the description, by the way. So you're all good to go there. So Brad saying, was that holder or hoarder? How's that returns pile? Oh yeah, I'm a massive. God, I wish I could show you the camera here, but like in my hallway, I've got piles of boxes. I keep meant to send it off to someone actually to deal with for me, but it's not got around to it yet. It's a total pain in the butt. But yeah, so absolute nightmare. So Jack saying, where do you get your boxes from? Are we talking about the big boxes for sending in stuff into Amazon, or are we talking little boxes for like FBM? Either way, I get mine from Kite. So Kite Packaging, I think it is. It's a little bit pricey. Better if you buy like a pallet at a time. But yeah, I like the boxes from there. They're new boxes. They're easy to pack. When I was doing my own prep and my own packing, that was the best place, really. The thing I loved about the box, and by the way, if you go to my Discord community, there's a channel on there called Equipment. I've got the exact boxes that I bought. The best thing I loved about the new boxes, they had perforations in them. They had 3 perforations in there. So if all the items didn't quite fit in there, you could quickly just cut them down and fold them over. You didn't have to like try and do it yourself. It was so much easier, honestly. It was just like, it was life-changing doing that to us, having to resize boxes, but when you got the pre-perforated sort of ridges or whatever you call them, to fold them over. But yeah, that was good. So, do you look at the buy box percentage on A2A? Not really, no. I never really look at buy box percentages. It's probably a weakness I've got, is that I've definitely got some items right now where I'm like, didn't look at the buy box percentages and Amazon's just not sharing. So, maybe that's somewhere where I'm going wrong a little bit. But yeah, don't normally look at that though. Maybe I will in the future. Oftentimes, you just don't know how Amazon's going to react though when other sellers come on. Sometimes Amazon hog the buy box. Other times they give it up. It's they have their own kind of formula, I guess, and reasons for that. So probably because they've got a shitload of stock and stuff. So I'm at 994 now, profit for the day. So just £6 more profit, and we hit £1,000, which would be pretty awesome. So, but yeah, when it comes to buy box percentages, I don't normally look at that kind of thing. But yes, like I said, that could be a weakness. I'm not saying I'm perfect or anything like that. So yeah, there's always things to learn, I suppose. But yeah, let's have a look in the group. Any questions here? Someone tagged me, I think. Oh yeah, someone's saying here, do I use prep centers and is all my stock OA? no, all my stock is wholesale, and I use prep centers. Yes, yeah, it'd be a nightmare to prep all this stuff myself. It'd be an absolute nightmare. So I do recommend prep centers 100%. Basically, when do you start? People say, when do you get a prep center? Best time to get a prep center is, I guess, when your girlfriend or wife is hassling you about all the stock in your apartment or house. Is one. The next one is where it's the time is basically you have more time when you're newer, I suppose. I'm fairly time poor, so I'd rather spend an hour sourcing than an hour packing. So when you get to that point where you haven't got enough time to source and you're spending all your time packing, that's the time to basically give it up and outsource it, because your time is more valuable than it is spending packing things. You should be sourcing stuff and driving the business forward, not sitting there packing items. This is a good advice, I think, for deciding when you get a prep center. So we've got 6 minutes, guys, until we do that giveaway. So it should automate itself actually and pick a winner, but maybe I have to press the button. I'm not sure. Don't know why I'm drinking a Red Bull at 9 o'clock. In fact, I slept till like 4 p.m. today. Had very minor surgery on my back, nothing major. And yeah, just wiped me out. I slept for like 16 hours last night. Crazy. I had a few days ago. Nothing bad though. Right. Cool. Oh, by the way, cool. Check it out. Haven't shown you my new T-shirt. So let me move that out of the way. There we go, guys. I got some T-shirts made up. So pretty awesome, eh? So you probably can't hear me there because I wasn't close to the mic. But yeah, I got some FBA Mogul T-shirts made. My friend made them for me, which is pretty awesome. We went out for a Chinese last night, and he's got like a cricut machine, I think it's called, and he's also got like the T-shirt press. So he was kind enough to make like, I don't know, 8 or 10 of those up for me, which is pretty awesome. So pretty happy with those, to be fair. You can't really see it in this video, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Looks awesome. In fact, they come out super nice, actually. I'm really happy with them. So yeah, pretty awesome. So they'll be on. So yeah, I need to get back onto doing more social media, guys. Like, I've been slacking massively. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, social media is just I've done so much in the Discord community, the social media side, the sponsorships, all that kind of stuff is just done. So I don't know, it's just been mental this year. I don't know, maybe I should reveal numbers and stuff. Let's have a look. If we go to my spreadsheet quickly, let's have a look here. I don't think I've got it exactly, but it's been like nearly 6 figures is what I've made from it, basically, which is crazy when you think about it, like a year old or whatever. It's crazy. I never in a million years thought it'd get to that level. Just kind of like blew my mind, really. So yeah, kind of, yeah, nuts. I never expected that. So it's just gone way better than I ever thought. Everything with the community and the social media side, just mental. Yeah, never expected in a million years that it'd get to that level. So yeah, crazy. And I just hit £1,000 for the day as well. 1,001 profit, which is pretty awesome. So mental, guys, honestly. Like, yeah. Thank you all, by the way. It's all because of you guys, in my community, watching the channel, participating, all that kind of stuff. So thank you guys. Well, I say there's a way to give back. I'm giving away the MacBook. And there's also going to be a big giveaway when we hit 1,000 members in the Discord community as well. So we're at 900 and something right now, I think. 900. Why can't I see that? I can't see the members right now. Weird enough. It's around, there we go, 906 members. When we get to 1,000 members in Discord, I'll do another big giveaway as well. Cool. So Will says, have you had incorrect products sent from Cogita yet? If so, have you sent back on what they send? Did you have to wait for them to receive a refund? The only time I've had like an issue is where, and it was a mistake that a lot of people make, is where the image showed it as a 6-pack, but it only came as a 1-pack. And that's because essentially with Cogita, something they're working on, by the way, because it's not good, I'll be honest. The image and the title and the description mean nothing. Literally, they mean nothing. You may as well just ignore them. All that matters is the GTIN or the EAN, or what you want to call it, UPC code. That's why you should always look those up before you buy, because that's all that matters. So I thought I was buying a 6-pack. I bought a 1-pack. That's the only thing, really. There are no refunds, unfortunately. So I think I got a partial, refund on that one. But yeah, I've never actually received like totally wrong goods. No, I've never had that problem. So if you get totally the wrong goods and it doesn't match your GTIN, you will get a refund, and you might have to send them back. I'm not sure. A lot of items where I've gotten, or those ones that were damaged, basically the seller never got back to us, so I got to keep them. And then there was one time where I bought some, it said sample, not for resale. And I said, hey, samples aren't allowed. And they said, yeah. And they gave me a refund. And I waited like the 14 days, I think you have to wait. And then eventually they got back to me and said, hey, the seller wants these back. I was like, it's too late. I've given them all away. I gave them all away to my friends. Like these there were Versace samples, like the yellow Versace one, like 5ml bottles. I gave them all away. So I had like 20 of them or something. So I was like, you can't have them back now. They said it's fine. And they missed their opportunity. So, because that just sucked. I had to pay like, I don't know what I paid per unit, but 100 quid maybe. So I don't know what I paid. To give those away, and then suddenly I get landed with a bill. But no, but Kogita are good though. They're a little bit slow on the whole like case resolution stuff right now. Fully admit they're a little bit slow. They're a little bit overwhelmed with some of the stuff because they've been growing as well. But they will make things right if you have a problem. So they've always been good to me. I don't pull any strings or anything. The fact that I know them and stuff like that, I go through the usual process as everyone else. It does take a little bit of time, but I've always been refunded or partial refunds or whatever. I've always been very happy. So never had any issues there really. So yeah, it's been good. So Will said, order 300 perfumes, got 40 and 260 Clinique units. Then basically you need to get onto them, which I'm sure you have already, and just say, look, this is what I got. And yeah, they'll obviously have to arrange for collection and to get those Clinique units back, and otherwise you're going to get a refund. So something got messed up there. I've never had anything like that, but just get in touch. It's going to take a little while. That's the only annoying thing. It's probably going to take a little while. But if you do have too many issues, you can always DM me and I can kind of pull some strings for you. So I've never had any issues myself. I know Brad had an issue one time where the seller marked it as shipped and they never shipped it. Again, it took a little while to resolve, but it did get resolved at the end of the day. I think they obviously gave him a little bit of a discount as well or something. In the end, it's a little bit slow, but they will make it right. So, you've got no problems there. Yeah, that's a weird one, though. So, COO video. Country of bloody origin. I'll be honest, Amazon called me and I said, can you just send me a thing of telling me how to do it? They said, yeah, no problem. They sent me an email. It's nothing it was like the most basic steps. It's like, that's not going to help me. I'm probably going to do it manually, to be fair, but I don't know. I really probably should sit down and learn it. What biggest tip I can give you right now is delete all your inactive listings or out of stock listings. That's going to be one big thing that's going to help you. It's a pain in the butt, to be honest. And also, as well, I know a lot of people just putting United Kingdom for everything. I'd advise against that. I think if you can, just try and do a little bit of research. Just use ChatGPT or whatever and just ask where these are manufactured. Just don't put UK for everything. But yeah, I'm probably going to do it manually. Maybe I'll even get my VA to do that after the 24th. I'm not sure. Although saying that, I've given them a bloody holiday from the 22nd to the 3rd or something. So I won't be getting to do that, actually. Unless I get it done now. I need to think about that, yeah. But they gave me a spreadsheet thing. It looked really complicated to upload. I didn't want to mess things up. So I'm probably end up doing it manually. That way I know I'm not going to mess things up. I don't want to mess things up during this period, to be honest. So it'd be great if someone who does a video, though. It's a great opportunity. Brad saying pretty sweet merch store. Yeah, I don't know if there'll be a merch store, but it's more for me, just me advertising on. If you guys want merch, I can do merch if you really want it. So, I do actually have in mind, by the way. So the first person, by the way, to recognize me in, I guess, the real world, and says, "Hey, you're like FBA mogul." I'm going to give them a big Amazon voucher. So there's like a bounty out there, a few bounties out there, essentially. So it can't be like an Amazon meetup, though. It has to be like when I'm walking around Sainsbury's or something. I nearly had it the other day, by the way. Some guy, the security guy at Sainsbury's, sat at the ice cream aisle. And he was like, looking over I was looking around. I looked over my shoulder. I could see him standing there. It's like, I recognize you. I was like, oh, okay, cool. It's like, yeah, I don't know I can't remember what the exact conversation went. I was like, oh, is it maybe YouTube or something? He's like, no, I don't recognize you. He's like, oh, I don't recognize faces. I recognize like spirits. And I was like, oh, okay. So you like detected like an evil spirit over here then. It was really weird. Anyway, so he didn't actually I mean, I'm not that big anyway, God. But yeah, it's kind of like, I've just always had in mind that if someone recognizes me in like sort of the real world, that I'll just give them like the first person to get an Amazon voucher or something. So, and maybe if I sell merch, then the first person I see out with the merch, maybe gets a bounty. I don't know. So I'm not sure. But yeah, if you guys want merch, we can do it. Just, it'd be kind of cool, I suppose. But yeah, not something I've really thought about too much. So Brad's saying, have to say, could we get a minute? All right, yeah. So, yeah, exactly. They just take a little while, but they do make it right. So that's the only thing. Just take a little while. So Jack says, where am I based? I am in Nottingham right now. I'm originally from Cambridgeshire, but I am in Nottingham. So I'm not sure where I'm going to end up. It might be Dubai, it might be Australia, America. Who knows where I'm going to end up? But yeah, right now I'm in Nottingham. Oh, we need to do the time has flown. It's now 9:05. That giveaway's ended. So let me have a quick look. Competitions. Ends in an hour. Let's hang on. It should be done now. Competition is finished. Winner is unpicked. Okay, cool. Let me just. How do I pick the winner? Competitions finished. Let's have a look. Winner. How do I do this then? Let's have a look. Okay, I'm going to draw the winner. Here we go. I've got the button here. I guess I can... I don't know if I can share the screen or not. I'm not sure, because I'm not sure it's going to show emails and stuff. I'm going to click draw a winner anyway and see. This will actually be good practice for the MacBook giveaway, because I'm going to draw the winner for that live on YouTube, hopefully anyway. Okay, click draw winner. Winners to draw. We're going to click draw now. And the winner is... Yeah, it does show emails, actually, which is a bit shit. But the person you have been selected... So Ali Junyard, I think has won. So feel free to DM me, by the way, for that giveaway. So if you want to DM me, and then I'll put you in touch with Spence. DM me your email, by the way, that you entered with, so I know it's you. Otherwise, you don't want people coming in and but yeah, there you go. So it's going to be interesting how I'm going to be able to do this like live. Interesting. I'm not sure how I'm going to do. Yeah, I want to do the MacBook giveaway live and show you the winner, me drawing the winner. But I don't like the fact it gives away the email there. So yeah, yeah, it's not rigged, Jack, because I have no idea who that is. I've got no idea who that is. So, how many entries do we get actually? Let's have a look. So I'm not sure. Anyway, who knows? 15 entries. Yeah, the 1 in 15 chance of winning. So yeah. There'll be more coming, don't worry, more coming, guys. So, whoever that is, DM me, and then, on Discord, and we can go from there, basically. Cool. Exciting stuff. You joke on the match. Oh, no. So, no, to be fair, I mean, I had that, and I'm like, well, maybe I shouldn't get Amazon. Maybe I should just get FBA Mogul, not the expert thing. So, because you're not the expert, I'm the expert. So, no. I don't know. Maybe I just get FBA Mogul on there. I've got loads of phrases, right? Maybe I can have them. I'm not saying they're like my phrases, but I've got loads of phrases that I could potentially Amazon phrases that we could put as merch. I don't know. I'm too small really for that kind of thing, but it's kind of kind of cool. Would you buy a T-shirt knowing that the first person I see out there who I see wearing it gets like £1,000? Maybe you would buy it then, So But yeah, congratulations to the winner, whoever you are. If no one comes up, basically I'll give it till like tomorrow, same time, 9 o'clock, and then otherwise I'll redraw it, I suppose. But yeah, hey Coach, how's it going? Oh, you just missed the free giveaway, mate. That sucks. I'm good, mate. I'm really good. My month is going pretty well overall, apart from the whole this U-Move stuff. In terms of profits, profits looking pretty nice. £1,009 today. The month I'm on 10,722 now. So can't complain really. I'm slowly running out of the really good stock, but I've still got plenty of other stock though. So hopefully it's going well. So it's overall pretty good. Yeah, can't complain really. I've been pretty much just focusing everything on Amazon. I'm trying to think how my life is going so far. Pretty good, I guess. But yeah, just like focusing mostly on Amazon right now. Neglecting a few things on Discord and social media things. But yeah, overall pretty good. Can't complain. Looking forward to Christmas, which should be fun. So having some time off, though I'm not sure when I'm going to have some time off actually. Probably Christmas Day and Boxing Day, and then back to work really. My goal is, and I know I've said this before, but my goal is my course is going to be released by the end of the year, by the way. So, end of the year, my course is going to be out. So, oh, okay, cool. It was Golden Boy who won. So, FBA Golden Boy is the person who won. So, yep, that's correct. So, I think that's right. So, he just sent me the email. So, there we go. I think that's the finish, the winner. Double check that quickly. But yeah, so I can't see it now. Winner, there we go. Winner, yep, cool, awesome. So it was FBA Golden Boy who was the winner. Congratulations, FBA Golden Boy. 3 month, yay. So yes, I do know who you are then. So I don't recognise by the just the name and then or the email. So that's cool. So Sam is asking, will you transition from OA into wholesale completely or divide capital evenly? It depends where the deals come. You know, I'm not going to say 50-50. I mean, if there's loads of OA deals, I'll buy them. You know, but if there's loads of wholesale, then I'll buy those. So, but yeah, yeah. Let me just quickly sort this guy here quickly. FBA Golden Boy is the winner at Spence. There we go. Cool. Just done that quickly. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not going to divide. I'm going to have 150k for Amazon, and then it'll be where the deals are. So, you know, probably more likely into wholesale, but if there's good OA deals coming along, there's not going to be like a set mix essentially. So, but yeah, cool. It's just sorting out that winner stuff. He never gets lucky on these things, but let's go. There you go. So save himself £70. He's not already in the group. So, yeah, you're all good to go. Okay, apparently he's yearly, so he gets an extra month on his year. So that's pretty cool. Awesome. Nice. Anyone want a wager on Moguls not being out? It will be. Yeah. Yeah. You might make some money there, Brad, definitely. No, there'll be something out, definitely. It'll be out. Even if it's one video, there'll be something. No, I'm hoping to get, I want it out. So, because I want to get it done before I go to Dubai. So that's my goal, is get it done this year. But yeah, loser gets a t-shirt to walk around. Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, this is not necessarily merch. I don't know. I did think about afterwards, like, should I put Amazon Expert on there? I've got 10 t-shirts now of these, so I have to wear them. No, it does look good, to be fair. So, but yeah, maybe I should have just got FBA Mogul. It's cool. I like it anyway. It's fine. So, it looks good for the course and stuff. So that's why I've not done the course, by the way. I was waiting for the t-shirts, so that's why. I only got them yesterday, so I promise that's why I've not done it so far. But yeah, so yeah, maybe that looks a little bit what's the word? Pretentious or douchebaggy or big-headed, or what's the other thing I could say for having a t-shirt that says Amazon Expert on it? So, but yeah. So, any idea what sort of money could get his biggest buy is spending there? That's interesting. So, I know one of the guys that I have like promoted, essentially pushed them to whatever, has bought a decent 6-figure amount. I mean, I've got to be on. I swear I asked how much I've spent, and I don't know if they actually got back to me or not. Let me go through the chat quickly. So. Let's have a look here. You know, good amount of money. Let's call it 150k. Probably is a good as a big bar, I should say. But I'm sure there's people spending way more than that. I mean, I've spent more than that. I'm probably on, I don't know, 250k spend on Cookie. I actually don't know. I've got no idea. Actually, I need to figure. I don't need to figure out, but maybe I'll figure out one day. But yeah, decent amount. There's so many opportunities on there. It's kind of crazy, really. So yeah. But yeah, so but I'm not sure what their like biggest one is. I think my kind of biggest one's around the 150k mark, really. So I think that's what my guy said. So it's something around there. Sam saying, have you heard of people getting Section 3s in the UK? Seeing some complaints in Amazon forum. What how difficult it is to handle these with OA orders? So I mean, lots of people have been Section 3, but Section 3 doesn't mean you're actually being suspended. So a lot of us got those Section 3 emails because of YouMove, but no one that I know has been suspended so far because of that. So. Also, don't even look at the Amazon forums. They're literally like the worst place to even like go. They're not a good place. If you've got any problems, talk to people in like Profit Sweep or my server or whatever. Don't talk to those people in the Amazon forums. So Yeah, it's not a good place to go. It's full of trolls and newbies basically, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, so you'll be fine as long as you got the invoices. In theory, you should be absolutely fine. So yeah, as long as you're buying from legitimate places, as long as you're buying from, you get all different places that have give you proper invoices, then you can be absolutely fine. So yeah, no problem there. You're all good to go. So cool. Yeah, Amazon forum's a dark place. Yeah. Actually, the Kogita guy said to me, "Hey, all these like things on Amazon forums." I was like, "Don't even look there, mate. Don't even look there, right? It's useless." Honestly, that's the great thing about the community. You've got experienced sellers there who help people. So whether you're in my one, whether you're in Profit Sweep, and for those of you that, by the way, didn't get to win the free month at Profit Sweep, you can use the link in the description. By the way, use the code. Spencer's just set this up for me. Actually, let me find the code. Bloody hell. 50 off. And you can get 50% off if you're. This isn't new people only, I think, but 14 days free and 50% off your first month. So if you want to join at Profit Sweep, so that's a fantastic offer that's available right now for anyone who wants to join Profit Sweep. And I'll get the link for you as well if you want. The link's in the description. It's in there. So look for Profit Sweep. Link's there. Use that code. You're all good to go. So yeah. So Sam, hey, insane, what garbage. Yeah, exactly, yeah. So just don't even look at those things. Yeah, no problem, it's all good. That's what I'm here to do, happy to help. So, yeah, what are some questions some people asked earlier on, actually? There was someone asking something. Oh, yeah, it was about the VAT stuff. I mean, that's pretty simple. VAT can seem very complicated, but it's actually pretty damn simple when it comes down to it. It's annoying because you've got to do it every quarter and stuff like that, you know. Your accountant deals with it all, though. But essentially, you take the VAT off what you buy and pay the VAT on what you sell. It's pretty simple. So that's sick. I'm gonna get Amazon paid in the morning, so join absolutely, Jack, no problem. Yep. So just please use my link. That'd be awesome. Thank you. But yeah, it's a pretty fantastic offer that Spencer's doing right now. Yeah, it's really quite good, to be honest. So it's a killer group. If anything, my only criticism of it is there are too many deals. I'm not even joking, by the way. It's overwhelming. And actually, I get overwhelmed by the number of deals on there to the point where, where you get like information overload. That's kind of what happens to me sometimes there because there's too many deals going on that I kind of like shut down because it's just I can't analyze them, especially when you're trying to analyze the deals. It's like you get too much. So I don't know if that's a criticism or not, but yeah, that's what I find at times, and it's a bit crazy. So maybe I'm getting too old to in my youth, maybe I'll be better at analysing hundreds of these deals. So Boko, did you manage to grab any of those ninjas? I did not, but yeah, I posted a picture up earlier on that one. Yeah, I totally missed them. I'll be honest, I've been focusing on Kogita for the past 2 or 3 months and neglected other things. I totally missed those. I'm basically all spent up now as well. I mean, obviously, if those came along, I'd have bought them if I saw them. That was a killer deal. Like I said, I'd had it earlier. Let me grab it quickly again. Downloads. It was this one here, guys. What's the SPM on this, by the way, Bokaj? I guess like 1,000. Let me know what the SPM on this is. But that was the deal they got from Profit Sweep. So, this is the kind of stuff that they find. Find these deals where the price is like a misprice or just a really cheap price. You can make, 600 SPM. Okay, cool, yeah. So, pretty awesome, to be fair. So, How many did you get, by the way, Bokaj? How many did you get? Yeah, some mad numbers on those. £47 profit each. You don't get many deals like that where you make nearly 50 quid profit per unit. I can think I'm probably... Number of deals where I've made £50 profit on one unit is probably less than 10. I'm trying to think, really. I probably, in my 2.5 year career of Amazon... Probably less than 10 times have I found a deal where it's been £50 profit, and it might even be 5 actually. So you made £600 profit there, just under, really. So pretty sick. And okay, they fly out as well. They absolutely fly. Obviously a very well-known brand. So yeah, what a deal, eh? I'm sad I missed it, but what are you gonna do? So Sam's saying I've been using Link My Books, so the QuickBooks for accounting. So it's simple tool. Yeah. So I use Xero and Link My Books as well. Well, my accountant does. I don't. But yeah, God, it's expensive though. Those softwares. Do you have a minimum ROI target? Let's push them out. So look, when I first started doing Amazon, You kind of get like, and what I guess I teach people who are newer is like, yeah, aim for 30% ROI, aim for, a minimum of maybe £2 or £3 profit per unit. And that's good like advice to begin with, I guess. Now I've moved more into wholesale, and that's fine when you're buying like 5-10 units, whatever. When you get a bit bigger, I suppose, I got this, idea from Flipping at 30, by the way. Like, is thinking more about maybe not on a per unit basis the profit, but on a per month or per listing basis. So I now think of it more like, how much can I just make from this listing on a monthly basis? So if it sells 1,000 a month, and I'm going to get like a 10% share, I'm going to get 100 sales per month, and maybe I'm making like, I don't know, £10 per product or whatever. 100 times 10 gives you an idea. £1,000. So that's what I'm now looking at. I'm like, well, how much, not necessarily on a per unit basis I'm making, how much can I make on this listing on a monthly basis? So if I estimate the number of sales I'm going to make in a month, and then I look at the profit per unit on that, and then times that by the sales I'm expecting. So that's what I'm now looking at more than just like on a per unit basis, or even like an ROI basis. Now, the problem with going for lower ROI items is it gives you less margin for error. If someone comes in with a lower price, and you're running at 10% ROI, it doesn't give you much room to play with. If you've got 30%, you've got a decent chunk of space where you can drop the price down, if you need to. But yeah, if you're running thinner margins, then if someone comes on and they've got a better deal than you, they can sell it below your cost price and you're buggered, basically. So that's the only downside. It's a bit more, I guess, an advanced technique, I suppose. But that's how my mindset has shifted now when it comes to sourcing, really. So I'm just thinking, like, how much can I make from this? I don't care necessarily if I make 10 pence per item or if I make £50 per item. End of the day, I'm looking at how much profit I can make. But obviously it's very nice you can make £50 profit on one unit. That's the ideal thing. You can't go wrong with that kind of stuff. But obviously those don't come around all the time. Like, those are the icings on the cake. They don't come around that often, but you do get them though. And obviously you take advantage and you get that money. It's fantastic. They're kind of like real bonuses and boosts your business, but not necessarily like your bread and butter, if that makes sense. So hopefully that kind of explains that kind of my philosophy and logic behind that kind of thing now is what I look at, really. So, and especially when you're buying 100, 200, 500 units of a product, if you're buying 10 units of a product, maybe, I don't know if it gets the mindset kind of works as well, I suppose, but that's how I look at it, really. And now I'm definitely moving more towards those faster selling items. So I used to be more about the slower selling items. Now I'm about and higher profit, and now I'm more about the faster selling items. So margin is about a number. Yeah, I mean, look, and again, I should probably be looking at margin as well. Right now, I use ROI. Well, even that, I don't even look at that really. I don't even use ROI actually. I look at fucking profit. There are items right now that I'm selling. Just to give you a few ideas. Let me have a look through quickly. Let me see if I can find one here. So, but basically I've got ones where I'm making like £9 profit per unit, but I'm making like 13% ROI. Now, I don't care what the ROI is. I care that I'm making, I can't remember what I said, it was like 9, 10, whatever I'm making per profit per unit. I probably can't find one now, but these are perfumes, by the way. So all I care is that, I can make like £10 per unit. And I don't really care about the ROI. Now, obviously, I've done the analysis. I know the price history. I know what it's doing. And obviously there's not much room for error there, but at the end of the day, all I care is the £10 a unit or whatever I'm making. So I literally forgot what number I said, but let's try to find one here. So I look, well, I don't know, I'll have to look through. So with perfumes, I'm looking in I've got perfumes here that I'm making £5-10 profit. There's a fantastic one here, actually. Here we go. So this one here, I'm making £6.49 profit. I'm making 16% ROI, but I'm selling loads and loads and loads and loads. And that's making a big chunk of my profits up, to be honest. It's going really good. What's the SPM on that one now, actually? So it's 300 per month SPM, and I'm getting a decent chunk of that, to be fair. I'm probably getting a good 40% maybe of those, I'd say. So I've got a decent amount of stock as well in there. So I actually overbought for that one. And I think that SPM is going to go up even more. I think it'll be 400, in a few days. So, long story short, that's what I'm looking at right now. But margin ROI are very important things to look at. Margin's more of an advanced way to look at things, I suppose. I'm in the ROI camp right now. I should be looking more at margin. Cool. So we'll look at any questions then. Yeah, much better approach per volume. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's a volume thing. End of the day, yeah. So that's what I'm kind of looking at now. And by the way, I think Flipping at 30 said this as well. Like, the more money you end up spending on stuff, and the I guess the lower your margins kind of end up being. I'm pretty sure he kind of said this, that you basically have to kind of like take the lower basically the more you get into like wholesale things like that. So yeah, you start off with RA, for example, you can make 50, 100, 200%, 500%, sometimes even more than that ROI. Then you get into like OA, and it's like, 30, 40% ROI. Then you start looking into wholesale, and like when you get the bigger volumes, generally the profit margins kind of slim down. So you get to wholesale, it's like 20% ROI or whatever. So he did a great interview, by the way, guys. I'll put the link for that. Where is it? Let me get the link for that. This is a really good interview. I can't remember who I sent it to recently. I can't find it now. But anyway, yeah, it's a really good interview. Search Flipping at 30 on YouTube, and you'll find him. A really good interview. Cool. And the guy does insane numbers, and really nice guy as well. What other questions we've got here? So it's basically, suppose when you have a good chunk of capital, 13 is fine. And yeah, exactly. And then again, it comes into capital as well. So you are right. This is where it gets pretty complicated. Like, it's, you got more capital, so you can't, let's say you got 200k to spend. You can't find, well, I mean, it'd probably be hard to find like 30% deals for all of those. So you take a mixture. You take some lower ones, you take some higher ones. My ROI is definitely, my average has fallen. I used to be running about 40% ROI. Now, like for the month, for example, I'm running at 28% ROI. So it's definitely kind of taken that hit, but end of the day, I'm making more money and profit. So, but yes, the capital does come into it. So I wouldn't go in with £1,000 to Amazon FBA and start looking at 10% ROIs. You don't want to do that. So it's when you can, if you get to say 200k, you buy all the 30% ROI items and they're gone. Then the 25% ones, then the 20% ones. You buy all these opportunities you can. Whereas when you've only got like £5,000, you just buy the 30% ROI ones. So yeah, but there's no like hard and fast rule, I suppose. But it gives you that margin, I suppose. That's the nice thing for beginners. I do recommend beginners stick to like 30% ROI, because if you fuck up, it gives you some room to play with, without losing your shirt. Cool. So yeah, Bogus is saying, yeah, good chunk of capital, 30% is fine. Petting for 25%. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's say yeah, pretty much exactly. Yeah. So Omar, thanks for joining us. How do you handle invoices for product authenticity complaints? I get my admin VA to basically collect every single invoice for everything I buy, and then I've always got them ready to go. And then if I get an authenticity claim, I submit it, and we're good to go. Basically, yeah, pretty simple. Just staying on top of admin, whether you do it yourself or you've got an admin VA to do it for you. So just Brad said, that he said ASIN will go to 4 in SPM. How do you know that? I don't know 100%, but it's a gift set, the item that sells well at Christmas, and the SPM has been going up from 100 to 200 to 300, and I can see the sales. So I'm pretty sure this gift set's going to go to about 400. Now, the other thing you can do as well, you can look at the history, look at last Christmas. On that one, for example, I don't think it actually did as well last Christmas as it's doing now. Let me have a quick look. But I'm just looking at the trajectory that it's going. And for this one here, it's just going up and up and up. So it's also one that sells very well year round. So actually last Christmas, it went for 200 SPM, but now it's all the way up to 300. I personally think it's going to go to 400. I don't 100% know, but given the trajectory it's going, given we're on the 12th of January, I think by the 15th, 16th, 17th of January, I reckon that'll probably hit 400. So it seems pretty popular. The price is pretty good, and people are buying it. So yeah. But it's just an educated guess. It's not a guarantee. Yeah, educated guess, exactly. Yeah. So, but yeah, I can see the sales going through it. It's just, hoping someone doesn't jump on that and screw that up, because it's been a super stable price. I've been selling a decent amount of them as well. So it's a really good product. And that is a product where I overbought. So I bought all the stock I did buy all the stock on Cookie. It came back in. But I definitely overbought on it. But I suspected it to do very well. I'd rather have more stock than not enough stock. I've definitely got some items around that I wish I could have bought twice, 3 times, 4 times as much, because I've just sold through them all, and there's still money to be made. So I'd definitely rather have stock left over. But that one as well, even when I overbought on it, I could see the SPMs were still 50 for most of the year though. So I was like, well, even if I've got extra stock, I know this thing still sells throughout the year. I think it dips below 50 in the couple of the summer months, I think. But pretty much, I'd say 9 months out of the 12, it's at least 50 SPM. So I felt pretty comfortable on that one. But I wouldn't put all your money into it though. Obviously, I've put some money into that, and I've still got money for other things. Sam, how long have you been doing FBA? So 6th of January 2022 was my first sale. So what, 2.5 years, something like that. Starting capital was 30k. Brad saying, so it's Amazon sales numbers. Always wonder where people say stuff. Yeah, Amazon, of course. Yeah, it's the only place. Well, not the only place, but if Amazon tell you the SPM, that's basically the end of it. You got it from the horse's mouth, and that's pretty much. I won't go any further in looking because they've told me. And then yeah, if it's less than 50, then Amazon won't tell you. Then you use Keep or Seller Amp to determine that really. But you know, it's if Amazon don't show you, then it's under 50. Or there's no buy box on those two scenarios. But yeah, it's the Amazon SPM really. So Omer is saying, however, we know it's almost impossible to buy directly from distributors, and Amazon is increasingly refusing to accept store invoices. Is it? Not that I've heard. If you've got a legitimate invoice and receipt, you should be absolutely fine. So as long as you bought it from a decent company, I've not seen anyone that run into any issues like that whatsoever. So yeah, not an issue. Yeah. I don't know what else to say to that really. It's not an issue. So yeah. I mean, if they do reject it, just keep trying, I guess, is the only thing I can say. But yeah, if you've got legitimate invoices, legitimate receipts, you should be good. Not have heard of any problems having that. Someone here said, is Sports Direct okay to order from? Yes, it is. Yes. That's a good place to order from. Yeah, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Just make sure you're ordering from. They basically say Amazon. They need to be able to see. Needs to have like a presence on the internet or contact information. You know, so you're all good. If you show them a receipt for Tesco's for something, I mean, it doesn't really get better than that, really. Obviously, you want an invoice, but if you show, you know, you get an authenticity claim and you bought it from Tesco's, I mean, it just, you know, they ain't selling fakes, are they? So if they are, you've got bigger problems. But yeah, so you're all good there, basically. No, just like with ungating, sometimes Amazon, they reject things. You just keep submitting it and just explaining to them, you know, why it's legit and stuff like that, and you should get through. Like I say, Amazon can be a pain in the arse at times, not going to lie. So, but yeah, you shouldn't have any issues, really. So, yeah. If they start going down this whole route of, like, brand direct distributor stuff, then obviously we're all probably fucked. Unless you get these brand deals. I don't see that happening personally. But, yeah, just make sure you buy them from legit places, though. Cool. Any other questions, guys? So, we're going on for like an hour and a half now, which is pretty awesome. So, I am now monetized, by the way, on YouTube, but I decided not to run monetization on this. So, I could have had like the I don't know what it was, actually, like mid-stream rolls or something. I thought, no, whatever. But yeah, so to get a few pence. So probably not worth it. But it's just interesting that I got to that point where they said you can monetize now. So Brad's going to drop off. Oh, Brad's abandoning us. No, it's fine. I appreciate you coming on, mate. You've been on for a while, so I do appreciate it. Yeah, spend time with your better half. So yeah, no problem. So I'm glad that I took priority at first and yeah, your better half. But no, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it, right? So Sam says you stick to mainly big relatives with OA. It doesn't have to be big. I mean, you can order from big ones, you can order from small ones. As long as they're legit businesses, you should be fine. So, but yeah, you should be absolutely fine. So yeah, just thanks for that. So yeah, I think you have to hit a certain number of views and things like that for, you know, and minutes watched and things like that to hit monetization. So again, like all these kind of things, really, they start off really slowly and then they start going sort of exponential. And that, you know, the businesses, the YouTube side of things are slowly going. And to be fair, I've been slacking massively on the YouTube side, so I need to get back at it really. Doing more content for you guys, more interesting content, talking more, yeah. Need to put more effort into it really, so it's difficult when you try and run two businesses at once really. So but yeah, so it's been good though. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the whole process. It's yeah, it's been fun overall really, and hopefully you've seen that my quality of my videos has gotten better over time as well. Hopefully I've gotten better at talking and presenting myself, and I upgraded the camera and, you know, that kind of stuff. So it's been pretty awesome, to be fair. So, but yeah, I think we'll probably wrap it up there. Any final questions, if you guys want, feel free to post them in. I'll answer a few more questions if you want. But other than that, we'll wrap it up and call it a night. I'll go and watch. I need to find something to watch, actually. Started watching June, which is really awesome, by the way. So the new TV series of June. Definitely recommend that. Also, as well, for anyone who's older like me, if you remember a movie called The Jackal, which is about an assassin, they made a TV series out of that, and I've been watching that, and that's really good as well. So those are the kind of things I've been watching recently. There's a new Star Wars thing called Skeleton Crew. I need to watch that TV show. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else really. Been on a TV and movie binge recently. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else is coming out really. I need to watch Silo on Apple TV as well. So I've definitely fallen behind a lot of TV stuff. I'm kind of catching up this month actually. Yeah, it got to the point where I was literally only having time to watch like one thing a day, and then I was working too much. Which is probably a good thing to be fair. So, but yeah, now I'm being kind of lazy. I'm watching too much stuff yeah, not working enough. But yeah, guys, thanks very much for watching anyway. I do appreciate it. And say, if you've got any more questions, you can always DM me, in the Discord and stuff like that. It's all good. Thanks again, guys, for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.